change, one of the only constants in life. When you put change in the context of the workplace and consider how change management is offered and received, many interesting conversations will ensue. As a concept, change management is very new. It's really only come into focus in the last 60 or 70 years. And the different models that have been developed, as well as the plans for being able to transition through these periods of change, are forever being iterated and further refined. So have you been in a workplace that's recently undergone significant change management? If so, why? What was happening? Was the business restructuring? Was the business expanding? Was the business trying to work at a more optimal level and actually maximize the capacity of the different people working for them? So there are many different reasons why change management is prompted, and not all of them are so palatable. Sometimes change management is necessary because the culture of an organization is not conducive to being supportive, to being of a growth mindset, to being one where people are truly acting with integrity. So then it takes a great degree of insight, of courage, and of a clear vision of what you're moving towards to implement this change management. And not just to implement the change management, to ensure that everyone who's undergoing this particular process is actually empowered and has a sense of ownership over the process. Change does not occur when it's purely a top-down approach. Change occurs when there's a clear vision presented to a group of people who then are able to understand and integrate how this works within their particular reality, within their particular workspace, and then decide to actively adopt these particular changes of systems, processes, technology, spaces which they may be working within, and really adopt these particular changes and make them their own. Simply telling someone to change the way in which they do something without any explanation of how this can impact and in fact increase their enjoyment of the workspace is very unlikely to have any lasting change. So let's consider some workplaces that have massively influenced the degree of change management as a profession within itself. For example, within organizations, human resources tend to be responsible for a large swathe of change management. However, there are all sorts of consulting firms which do assist organizations with change management roadmaps, doing assessments of readiness as well for change management. Now, what I mean by an assessment for readiness is going in and doing a somewhat objective analysis of the current state of play of a particular business. Now, this could be everything from the style of technology used. This could be an attitudinal assessment as well. So picking a cross-section of people within that organization to actually talk about some of the areas of improvement that they can foreshadow and some areas that things are actually running very smoothly and people are really achieving the outcomes which they seek to achieve. So doing this initial assessment will ensure that the roadmap is far more tailored and nuanced, and it's going to be far more likely as well, as I mentioned before, that people have a sense of ownership over this particular process because they have assisted in co-creating this particular roadmap. So this is the planning phase. So during the execution phase, when people are in the midst of having major changes within the workspace, whatever these may be, it's very, very important in this particular stage to keep up that regular communication and open communication, particularly for areas where people may not be in agreement with the way in which the change management is being implemented, or in fact, what changes are actually taking place. If you're a team leader or someone who's senior within an organization, it's very important to regularly test the temperature. And by that I mean check in with your employees and also your colleagues and ensure that they are aware of what's happening, they are on board with what's happening, and they can't see another way to actually do it in an even more effective and efficient manner. Reach out to the people in your organization. They are the greatest asset to your business. So during these execution phases, which could be over a long stretch of time, this may be over the course of days. It could be weeks, months, or even years, depending on what is being implemented and how significant the shift is. For example, a cultural shift within an organization, which has been established for many decades, for example, could take several months, if not years, depending on the buy-in that you have from the people who are implementing this particular change in their work days. So this is the execution phase. Now, equally as important as this is the review stage as well. So once some change management has been measured and the metrics have been analyzed, it's important to review at a broader organizational level, what is the impact of this change? What will be the lasting impacts? How is this improving the financial standing of the particular organization? How is this improving people's sense of satisfaction in the workplace and therefore employee retention and also the relationship that you have with external parties as well, who of course, when they view the dynamics of your particular organization, business, workplace, whatever it may be, do cast particular judgments on the health of this particular organizational culture. So as I said, change is the only constant. How do you feel when someone has suggested that a major change management is about to be undertaken? Has this been something which has been a cause for great concern? Is it something that really excites you? Is it something that you love to be a part of and actively participate in? Or would you prefer someone to give you the clear instructions and steps in order to achieve this series of outcomes that you're looking for? I'm really curious to hear more on your thoughts on these particular topics of change management and any particular models that you see as the most efficient and effective for implementing change. So I look forward to many more conversations with you. Please write any questions in the comments below and take care. All the best. Thank you for joining us to uplevel your business, skills, and knowledge. Click the links below and subscribe to the Clarified Solutions social media platforms to receive regular updates. Weekly resources will be provided along with gifts to assist you in your journey in upleveling your business expertise and confidence. We look forward to continuing to support you in your journey as you become the leaders and the business experts you wish to be.